Welcome, settle in, because today we're journeying into the heart of Ireland, not just for the scenery, but for the stories that shape its soul. We'll explore Ireland's most enchanting and sometimes chilling myths and legends, giants, fairies, spirits, and more. This isn't about old tales gathering dust. It's about discovering a magical side of Ireland that still echoes today. Think of this as your invitation to explore the unseen, to feel the mist at the Giant's Causeway and the hush of a fairy fort at dusk. Ready? Bring your sense of wonder, and maybe a bit of courage. Some of these stories have a bite. Let's begin. Our first legend is one you won't soon forget. Let's start with a story that's sure to send a shiver down your spine. The Banshee. In Irish means woman of the fairy mound, but don't be fooled, her purpose is chilling. The Banshee is a harbinger of death. Her wail means a member of an ancient Irish family is about to die. Imagine a keening cry in the dead of night, so sorrowful it freezes your blood. She appears as either a beautiful young woman or a terrifying old hag, sometimes seen washing blood-stained clothes by a river. The Banshee is tied to specific families: O'Neills, O'Briens, O'Connors, and others. Each has their own Banshee. If you heard her cry, you knew grief was coming for your kin. Even today, some in rural Ireland swear they've heard her. Is she just the wind or something more, a spirit bound to foretell sorrow? Either way, if you hear a lonesome wail on a country lane at night, maybe pick up the pace. The legend endures, echoing through generations. The Banshee is a supernatural death notice delivered personally. Just hope you never hear her cry. Now from the spooky to the spectacular, let's meet Finn McCool and the Giant's Causeway. Those perfect basalt columns? Legend says they were built by Finn, a giant and leader of the Fianna. Across the sea in Scotland, another giant, Benandonner, taunted Finn, challenging him to a fight. Finn built a causeway to Scotland, but when Benandonner arrived, he was enormous, much bigger than Finn. Finn's clever wife, Una, disguised Finn as a baby in a giant cradle. When Benandonner saw the baby, he panicked. If the child was that big, how huge must the father be? Terrified, Benandonner fled back to Scotland, smashing the causeway behind him. That's why only the ends remain in Ireland and Scotland. It's a tale of brains over brawn and a bit of Irish wit. The Giant's Causeway stands as a monument to this legendary trick. Sometimes the best way to win is to outsmart your opponent, and that's the magic of Finn McCool. Brace yourself for one of Ireland's most heartbreaking legends, the Children of Lear. King Lear's 4 beloved children were cursed by their jealous stepmother, Aoife, who transformed them into swans. They kept their voices and could sing beautifully, but were doomed to spend 900 years as swans, on lakes, seas, and finally, Inis Gluair. The curse would only break when they heard a Christian bell and a king from the north married a queen from the south. For centuries, they endured storms and loneliness, their song the only trace of their humanity. At last, a monk's bell broke the spell, but they became withered, ancient humans. Baptized, they died soon after, finally at peace together. Their story is one of endurance, love, and loss. The Swan Children's song still echoes in Irish memory. It's a tale that lingers, haunting and beautiful. The Children of Lear remind us that love can endure even the longest curse, and that some stories never truly end. Time for something lighter. The leprechaun, Ireland's most famous trickster. Forget the cereal box image. The real leprechaun is a solitary shoemaker, small and clever. He guards hidden treasure, often buried in the countryside, and is fiercely protective of it. Catching a leprechaun? He'll grant you 3 wishes or lead you to his gold, but only if you can hold on to him. He'll distract you with tricks, and the moment you look away, he vanishes. The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Just another clever ruse. The leprechaun is a symbol of cunning and the elusive nature of fortune. He's more than a caricature. He's a reminder that luck is always just out of reach. In Ireland, the chase is often more important than the catch, and that's the real magic of the leprechaun. Now, a tale about wisdom, the salmon of knowledge. A prophecy said whoever ate this magical salmon would gain all the world's knowledge. The poet Finnegas spent years trying to catch it, with young Finn McCool, then called Demne, as his apprentice. When Finnegas finally caught the salmon, he asked Demne to cook it, warning him not to eat any. Demne burned his thumb on the fish and instinctively sucked it, gaining the salmon's wisdom. Finnegas saw the change and realized the prophecy was fulfilled, not for him, but for the boy. From then on, Finn McCool could access great wisdom by biting his thumb. Sometimes destiny finds us in unexpected ways. The salmon of knowledge reminds us that wisdom often comes by accident, and that legends can begin with a single fateful moment. And let's meet the puka, a shape-shifting trickster, both feared and respected in Irish folklore. Most often, it appears as a dark horse with glowing eyes, causing chaos in the countryside. The puka offers wild rides to late-night travelers, only to dump them in a ditch by dawn. It can also appear as a goat, dog, or even a charming human. Associated with Samhain, it claims leftover harvests as its own. The puka isn't evil, just unpredictable. Treat it with respect and it might help you. Cross it and beware. Brian Boru, Ireland's High King, once captured a puka and made it promise not to harm the innocent. The puka remains a symbol of Ireland's wild, untamable spirit. It's a reminder that nature can be both mischievous and magical. In Ireland, even chaos has its own legend, and the puka's mischief is never far away. Ready for terror? Meet the Dullahan, Ireland's headless horseman. He rides a black horse, carrying his own grinning, severed head as a lantern. The Dullahan is a death omen. When he calls your name, your fate is sealed. His whip is a human spine, and his coach is adorned with bones. No lock or gate can keep him out, but he fears one thing: pure gold. Even a gold pin will send him fleeing. It's bad luck to watch the Dullahan. He punishes those who dare. He's the ultimate bogeyman, a chilling reminder of mortality. If you hear thunderous hooves at night, hide your face and hope he passes by. The Dullahan is death on horseback, riding through the Irish dark, and his legend endures, as chilling as ever. After that fright, let's visit paradise, Tir na Nog, the land of eternal youth. Hidden in the mist to the west, it's a place of beauty, music, and endless youth. Only the chosen are invited, usually by a fairy woman. The most famous tale is of Oisin, who fell in love with Niamh of the golden hair and journeyed with her to Tir na Nog. He lived in bliss for what seemed like 3 years, but centuries passed in Ireland. Homesick, Oisin returned, warned never to touch Irish soil. But when he tried to help some men, he fell from his horse, aged 300 years in an instant, and became a withered old man. Tir na Nog is a bittersweet promise, eternal youth, but only if you never look back. It's a story of longing, love, and the cost of leaving home. The legend reminds us that paradise always comes with a price. In Ireland, even the happiest endings are tinged with sorrow. Tir na Nog remains a dream, forever just out of reach, and its magic still calls to those who long for more. From the sea comes the tale of the Selkies, seals in water, humans on land. Their magic lies in their seal skin. Without it, they're trapped in human form. The legend often tells of a lonely man who steals a Selkie's skin, marrying her and starting a family. Though she loves her children, the Selkie always longs for the sea. One day, her child finds the hidden skin and gives it to her. Torn between two worlds, she chooses the ocean, leaving her family behind. The Selkie's story is one of identity, longing, and impossible choices. It's a reminder that true belonging can't be stolen or forced. The sea always calls its own home, and the Selkie's sorrow lingers on every Irish shore. Our final legend is about places, ancient ring forts scattered across Ireland. To archaeologists, they're raths. To locals, they're fairy forts, gateways to the other world. Disturbing a fairy fort is said to bring terrible misfortune, sickness, ruin, or worse. Farmers avoid them, and even modern roads are rerouted to steer clear. Stories abound of those who ignored the warnings and paid the price. The belief is so strong, these ancient circles remain untouched for centuries. Are they just superstition or something more? Standing in a fairy fort, it's easy to feel the weight of history and magic. In Ireland, the past lives on in the land itself, and respect for the unseen is a lesson never forgotten. And there we have it, a journey through Ireland's most magical and haunting legends. These stories are the soul of a nation, filled with history, humor, and wonder. If you enjoyed this trip into the otherworld, consider subscribing for more hidden histories and magical tales. Your support keeps the magic alive and the stories coming. Thank you for joining me. Stay curious, stay adventurous, and I'll see you soon for another story. Take care, and may a bit of Irish luck follow you wherever you go.